All right, this is fun and scary at the same time. I love a good conspiracy theory. Many of you know I've been fascinated by scams and conspiracies since I was a kid, and I love seeing how do people get convinced of just such wacky things that none of us should be believing in. MLMs and essential oils and all these different scam products and all this different stuff. Okay, if you want to read a book, by the way, about large scale scams and cults. And a lot of scams are also cultish. So like with MLMs, that's often the case. Check out the book The Road to Jonestown about Jim Jones and the People's Temple. And this is the origin of the term to drink the Kool-Aid. It came tragically from the People's Temple and Jim Jones. Okay, here is a conspiracy that comes to us from Newsmax, which is one of the two networks that Donald Trump has been recommending as a truly right-wing alternative to Fox News. Remember, Trump and some of his most ardent suck-up followers have been attacking Fox News lately as being liberal now because they acknowledge that Joe Biden won the election. That makes them liberal now. And the theory put forward by Newsmax, and I'm using the word theory in the colloquial sense, not the scientific sense. Theory, very loose colloquial usage. We're going to look at some clips in a moment. The theory is as follows. Kamala Harris, senator from California, has not yet resigned her Senate seat. Even though Kamala Harris is the vice president elect and will be sworn in on January 20th, she is still a senator. She's not resigned and she can vote in the Senate. And her Senate term actually goes until 2023 if she were not to resign because she's going to be VP. At some point, between now and January 20th, Kamala Harris will resign, and that will clear the seat for California Governor Gavin Newsom to select a replacement. The theory goes on Newsmax that the reason Kamala Harris hasn't resigned is because it's an insurance policy, because deep down, Kamala knows, she suspects, maybe she knows, that it's actually not going to be Joe Biden sworn in on January 20th. Deep down, this is not my view, right? I'm telling you the theory. Deep down, Kamala suspects Trump will be getting a second term, not Biden. So she's staying in the Senate so that when she doesn't become vice president on January 20th, she can stay in the Senate until January of 2023. That's the theory. Let's check out some clips. This first one is a Newsmax host. I don't know if it's pronounced Grant Stinkfield or Stinchfield. These are names we may have to become familiar with as media critics for the next couple of years. Here is Grant Stinkfield explaining what's going on with Kamala.
Here's the reason. They want Senator Kamala Harris to be promptly inserted as president. And may I remind you, Harris is a woman who has yet to resign from the United States Senate in preparation of becoming the next vice president and ultimately president if the media gets their way. Why hasn't she resigned yet? Because maybe, like all of us, she still thinks President Trump has a shot at victory if only all the evidence of fraud can be proven and exposed.
So that's the idea. Kamala suspects she may not really end up being the vice president, so she's holding on to that Senate seat. Here's another Newsmax host. This is Greg Kelly, who suggested the exact same thing just a few days prior to Grant Stinkfield mentioning it. Take a listen.
By the way, I think the Biden people aren't as confident as they are trying to convey. You know, Kamala Harris has not resigned her seat, I'm told, yet in the United States Senate. Barack Obama, when he won back in 2008, he resigned before Thanksgiving. I think they're just keeping their options open depending on what happens.
So there's the same idea from another Newsmax host, Greg Kelly. Now, this maybe could actually be instructive. Anytime you're presented with a conspiracy theory, you should know the process to go through to evaluate it. And before you even start evaluating the conclusions of the theory, you have to start with fact checking the premises. The first question would be, is it true that Kamala Harris has not resigned from the Senate yet? That is true. OK, that's step one. Number two, is it unusual that she hasn't resigned yet halfway through December before a January swearing in? Well, it is true that Barack Obama did resign his seat in mid-November in 2008 when he won the presidential election. That part is true. But what's unusual is how early Barack Obama did it. It's very unusual. If you just go back to 2008, then Senator Joe Biden didn't resign from the Senate until 5 days before he was inaugurated as VP in 2009. George W. Bush didn't resign as Texas governor until late December in the year 2000. Bill Clinton didn't resign as governor of Arkansas in 1992 until very late December. Al Gore didn't resign as senator until January of 1993, even later than Bill Clinton, when Al Gore was set to become the vice president. George H.W. Bush's vice president, Dan Quayle, didn't resign from the Senate until January of the inauguration. So there's nothing unusual going on here, and that's where the conspiracy theory falls apart. It's predicated on everybody else has resigned so early. No. The truth is almost nobody has already resigned in mid-December when they are set to be inaugurated as president or VP in late January of the following year. So the most likely reason why Kamala Harris is not yet resigning is that, number one, typically that's how it works. So she's doing what most other people do. And number two, she wants to be able to vote in the Senate because it's not clear how quickly California Governor Gavin Newsom will be ready to replace her. And you don't want to have an empty seat in the Senate when Democrats want to have as many votes as possible, including possibly on very important things like a second coronavirus stimulus package. So this is another very silly conspiracy theory, and we are likely to hear many more of them on Newsmax and on OAN, and I'm sure on Fox News as well, over the next 2 to 4 years. And in fact, I want to go next to talk about Fox News briefly. I want to take a second to tell you about one of our sponsors, S&H Masks. S&H Masks has everything you need when it comes to face masks and other protective gear for COVID-19, and they're giving my audience 20% off. S&H Masks is the company that I've personally been going to for face masks. I love and trust the products they sell, and that's actually why I reached out to them about being a sponsor. I've tried tons of different face masks this year, like many of you, and I still have not found a mask that is more comfortable or easier to breathe in than the washable cotton masks that they sell. It's made of a silky, lightweight cloth that feels great on the skin, has a convenient adjustable strap, and it features a disposable 5-layer particle filter made of activated carbon. They also have disposable cloth masks, which are really comfortable, as well as all of the other gear like face shields, alcohol wipes, no-touch infrared thermometers, and all of their prices are very reasonable. I also love S&H Masks because they've donated over 60,000 masks to healthcare institutions. They're an excellent company. Shipping is just $5 and shipping is free on orders over $150. You can get there by going to davidpakman.com/mask. The link is under this video, and you can save 20% on everything in their store when you use the coupon code DAVID.